ScanMeHome is an iron-on QR code safety system that reconnects families in the event they go missing. ScanMeHome works pretty simple. You go to the website, you create a profile for your loved one, assign the information that you'd want the public to see in the event that your child or family member goes missing. Once you've created your ScanMeHome account, you'll have your user dashboard where you can manage your profile and you can buy ScanMeHome products, merchandise, there's t-shirts, there's iron-on QR codes, whatever fits your need. In the event that code is scanned, your profile that you've created will pull up, and it's going to be one click to call you in the event somebody does find your family member. What inspired me to create ScanMeHome is my son Jackson. He's 12 years old, he's nonverbal, and he's autistic. And he is an eloper, so he tends to run quite often. In the event he does this, he has no way to tell anybody who he is, who his mom and dad are, how to get home, which creates a huge problem for him. So my only way to reconnect in the event he does go missing would be the 5 o'clock news and or the local police department. There was nothing on the market that was suitable for him based upon most kids who have autism and or a disability have sensory issues. Things like bracelets, devices, tags, necklaces didn't really work for him because it was uncomfortable. I had to come up with a solution that he could not see, touch, or feel. So that's where I came up with an iron-on QR code. He couldn't see, feel, or touch, which has worked out tremendous. The community feedback's been great. I hear a lot of people tell me that I filled a gap, a huge void in the community's been filled. A lot of these families from all over the United States have purchased the tag because their children and family members couldn't use a bracelet, necklace, a device. The one thing that we're finding that is really cool is how effective ScanMeHome is over the other products in the marketplace. The products that are out there are GPS and device connected. The cool thing about ScanMeHome, it's an immediate action, right? You find my child, it's scan, click, and call. It's not the family member waiting on their phone and watching their app all day hoping that their kid's in the right place or their grandfather's in the right place. It's, hey, we found your kid, we scan, we click, we call. The amount of time in between separation and reconnecting is very, very minimal. The goal for ScanMeHome is to continue to spread awareness, continue to get into the media. It's been great to us thus far. We've launched it in December of 23 to the public, and now it's just creating more awareness so families know that this is even available. I think the more awareness we can spread by partnering with schools, organizations, and continue bringing ourselves to the community and the awareness allows us to keep spreading the word and keep more people safe.
I just love this concept. I think it's fabulous for those who have elopers and neurodivergencies. What a great, great concept. I'm going to keep moving down the order of the judges so that every judge gets a good amount of time for different people. So let's start this time with Nick.
It's a great presentation. While reviewing your video and your website in the past couple of days, I kept looking for what question do I want to ask about how it works. Well, I didn't really need to ask a lot of those questions. It's pretty straightforward. And I think the one question I have is like, if folks get one QR code and it's on multiple devices, what's the situation if they need to update that code? How easy it is to do that? What is the usability like for users?
It's really easy. So you can manage all profiles and user accounts online, and or there's an app in the App Store that you can manage a profile. Both caregiver, family members all have access to it and log in and edit.
And then just one other follow-up. You mentioned wanting to get more media coverage and those kinds of things. Have you worked directly with like advocacy groups and other organizations to get this product in front of their members and their clients to help that get direct to the consumer?
Worked with a lot. I started with the Arizona Autism Charter Schools. I moved down the line. It's just I'm one guy trying to reach everybody. So each week I get up and I try to meet somebody new to create a partnership.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Fabulous questions. All right, let's move on to Autumn.
Everything's so slow. Thank you. This is absolutely wonderful. I wanted to know a little bit more about, I saw your pricing, the membership, and then of course costs. So could you tell me just a little bit more, what is involved in the membership? And why did you come up with that model?
So obviously SaaS, software as a sale. Everybody gets a 7-day free trial, and then once the 7-day free trial is over, it kicks into a $9.95 a month membership fee to host and maintain each person's tag and account. You do have the option to pay $99 and full for a year, which ultimately saves you $20. Like I said, it allows you to have access to host and maintain and manage your each profile. Then we also offer products, right? That's the cool part of it. From these simple things that are iron-on tags that go out. But not everybody wants to put them on their own clothing. Some people just want an identifiable T-shirt, so they buy the shirts. And we've just recently launched our swimwear, so swim trunks, swimsuits, and rash guards. All
Fantastic.
affordable.
Chris, you're up.
Thanks, Christy. Hi, Justin. Great presentation, and
Thank you.
good to meet you. So question for you, it feels like it's very much a direct to consumer kind of go to market model. But can you talk a little bit about how you're doing that as a direct to consumer, or are there channel partners more kind of B2B2C? It feels like it's very D2C right now, but is there a B2B2C opportunity where you could get larger chunks of revenue and larger chunks of adoption?
Absolutely. So right now it started out as B2C because it was started for my son. In fact, finding the community, it grew into the B2C model. So people sign up online, whether it's through social media, B2B models there, right? We have a user dashboard strictly for hotels, businesses that can log in, order as many tags as they would like, set the duration of time they want that tag to be activated. So if you have somebody that is in your hotel lobby that you want to service, they should be able to go right to the desk, and that hotel specifically can control the amount of tags they purchase, download, have readily available on site for their customers. So it's built for both B2C and B2B. B2B is more of a wholesale model rather than a retail model.
Yeah, I got one quick follow-up on the direct to
Yes.
consumer side so far. Is it largely word of mouth? It sounds like you've got a pretty lean team, or do you have any data on your customer acquisition costs if you're doing social media? I'm guessing it's probably a lot of social media advertising. Any sense on that?
So to answer your question is, I've done zero paid advertising. All of it's natural, organic. I have users all over the world, UK, Ireland, Australia. I just had Toronto Police Department reach out the last couple of weeks. They've got tags in their hand. It's all social media grind,
That's awesome.
grab the shovel and dig your own hole.
Yeah.
The goal is to evolve into digital marketing. That's my background. And then obviously grow my partnerships so I can have resellers offering in, like I said, hotels. It'd be great to be an added benefit on checkout of Travelocities or sites like that, and or airlines and those type of travel industry.
Great. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
We have just a little time left, so let's move on to Christine.
Thank you. And I really appreciate the multi-age group and multi-use of this application. I think it's really great. I have a 90-year-old dad, and my question is, you kind of touched on it, but how transferable is the use of the membership? I'm thinking my dad went on a cruise by himself, and the whole time I was worried about when he would go on offshore excursions and then him getting his way back to the ship. So would the cruise line need to have their own membership and then they would assign the codes, or could I, if I had a membership, transfer that to them? I just curious if you had a similar type of incident.
So ideally, if it was your 90-year-old father, and I'll just kind of use my dad as an example because he's the same way, he wears a shirt, he has tags, believe it or not. You would sign your father up as a caregiver. You would order whatever product you wish for him, and then you would supply him, in this case, with the codes. And then you don't need anything after that. Anybody finds him, as long as they have a phone, they open up the camera, they scan, profile opens up, and it's click to call. you know, Christine, hey, we found your dad hanging out. You know, he didn't get back on the boat. Dad, get
Okay.
back on the boat. So it's super user friendly. It works all over the world. Like I said, as long as you have a smartphone and he has his tag on.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Appreciate that. We are out of time, so time to go ahead and move on. Justin, absolutely wonderful product, super amazing video. Really
Thank you
excited.
for having me.
All right, let's move on to our next contestant.